Too many storms. That's what everybody's saying. Just too many.
N in the alphabet, and it doesn't end. Hurricane season doesn't officially come to an end until November 30th.
Right.
So got a little ways to go.
So all eyes are on this, trying to see how hard it's going to hit folks in the U.S., but also it's going to be moving our way this weekend.
It's going to send some rain our way. We don't have to worry about the wind with hurricanes, but that leftover moisture, which we actually could use at this point. So let's track where Nate is right now. We'll start locally and we'll zoom down to the south where that tropical storm continues to swirl away. It is going to make landfall along the Yucatan Peninsula, just barely grazing this peninsula. It sticks out into the Gulf of Mexico, separates the Gulf of Mexico from the Western Caribbean here. Zooming in for a closer look, Nate is more organized than it was yesterday, but it's still barely holding on to tropical storm strength. Now, I do think it's going to strengthen more as it moves over the very warm ocean water here in the Western Caribbean and in the Gulf of Mexico as well. But for the moment, 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Where it's going to go from here over the next few days is track just off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. This newest forecast path keeps it just offshore and then just to the east of New Orleans, actually. So making landfall along the border between Mississippi and Alabama there along Gulf shores as a Category 1 hurricane. Now you may say, okay, only Category 1, 80-mile-an-hour winds, that's not that bad. Wind damage is still certainly possible with 80-mile-an-hour sustained winds, but that wind damage is what determines what category the storm is, the maximum sustained winds. Doesn't say anything about the storm surge, any of those impacts, coastal erosion, so this is still going to be a big deal even though it's only a Category 1 hurricane. Once it moves inland, it's going to weaken dramatically and become a tropical depression, and that latest forecast path takes it a little bit farther away from the midstate, farther off to the east, which drags the heaviest rainfall farther off to the east. That doesn't mean the rain is out of the weekend forecast entirely. I'll show you Futurecast in just a second. The big question is Nate going to strengthen even more than that Category 1 status? Because there's a lot of warm water here in the Gulf of Mexico, so warm sea surface temperatures and very little wind shear to tear the storm apart, to reduce its organization. So it's still possible that storm could organize even more than that forecast. It calls for Category 1 strength at landfall. So we'll keep a close eye on this over the weekend, especially because it is going to have an influence on our weekend weather. Tomorrow, we're going to start with a lot of cloud cover in the morning. Limited rain chances early in the day, but by the afternoon, we'll start to see the chance for some scattered showers. The best chance of showers and thunderstorms, and again, Nate is still going to be offshore at this point, but it's going to be sending more moisture up towards us. We're going to see that increasing chance of showers and storms late tomorrow, past sunset and into the overnight hours. Even then, about a 50-50 chance. Remains to be seen exactly where that band of heaviest rain is going to set up. But it does look like we're in for a good chance of showers and storms on Sunday, regardless of the specific track of where Nate goes. It's just going to reorient where the heaviest rain falls. The farther east you go of I-65, the better chance you have of getting that heaviest rainfall as that tropical system continues to make its way farther and farther inland. Drags most of the moisture away from us to start the day on Monday, but it still looks unsettled throughout the day on Monday, with continuing chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms Monday and Tuesday, possibly even into Wednesday as well. So we'll keep you posted on all of that. In the meantime, it's nice outside today. Get out and enjoy the nice weather. It's still very warm for this time of year. Looking outside towards downtown Nashville, just a few fair weather clouds on the horizon. Those are not producing any precipitation in our neck of the woods, so the forewarned live radar is in rest mode for one more day. It'll have more to do beginning already late tomorrow afternoon. Current temperatures mostly in the low 80s already. 82 degrees in Nashville, 79 Murfreesboro and Tullahoma, but you'll make it into the 80s. We'll climb up to about 87 degrees for a high temperature this afternoon. It's not record setting, but it's a dozen degrees above average for the 6th day of October. If you're heading out to high school football games this evening, it's going to be warm out there, but temperatures will drop off after the sun goes down. Kickoffs at 7 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s, down to the mid 70s by halftime. So shirt sleeve weather. You don't have to worry about bringing out the jacket or the quilt or anything like that. Still mild by 10 o'clock this evening with temperatures in the low 70s, only dropping down a couple more degrees the rest of the night. Mid 60s tomorrow morning. We'll still hit the mid 80s tomorrow afternoon, and even with the increasing rain chances, our temperatures are going to remain above average all the way through most of next week. Gradually, those rain chances should taper off by the time Wednesday and Thursday roll around, but with tropical systems, things can get a little bit tricky. So we'll be here keeping an eye on things over the weekend, and we'll keep you updated on News 4 and on the iHeart radio stations as well.